And, so I just thought I would start mine off in the bathroom. No better place. And I thought that I would start off by saying thank you so much. Probably the number one thing that I should be thankful for to you is for all of your patience while I learned to drive a car. I would like to say that it wasn't that easy to learn on a stick shift. I would have preferred to learn on a non-clutch car, but that's just how it happened. I had to learn on a stick shift. And so there were many 5 years of a lot of this. Lots of drinks spilled, lots of chiropractic adjustments. Poor mom. The poor tiny little, it's not even a hill, it's not even a hill. It was a humongous hill to me, that stop sign in Morley. That I just died at that stop sign every time, and now I drive through Morley and that's really not a hill, but it was to me. And I just, learned on that blessed Ford Tempo, and it just took me a long time to figure out all of that clutch thing. Dad was always like, you just gotta feel it, just feel it, Laura. You just gotta feel it. I'm like, Dad, I don't feel anything. Ugh, it was horrible. Rachel had to get out while I was still driving. She had to roll out to go to ball practice because if I slowed down too much, I wouldn't make it back to the farm. She waved people by as I backed down a humongous hill on the way to church one time. And just lots of really bad stories I won't even get into. Lots of stories. Grace. Lots of bad stories. I tried to let Grace, drive one time, and we ended up in the ditch. That was my fault. I'll take that blame. But, one time just driving in the middle of an ice storm, and it was foggy, and I had the cruise control set, driving the stick shift around the S-curve. Well, we didn't turn, we just went straight. And then one time in the Dodge Omni, I played pinball on the bridge on the S-curve. When they say most accidents happen within 10 miles of home, I proved that true. So, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your patience, and I'm probably the one that inspired you to get backup vehicles for the cars that we drove, so that whenever I wrecked them or bumped them, then you had extra parts to fix the cars that I broke and wrecked. So, but I think you wrecked, Dad, a few of your own, so I just wanted to start off by saying thank you so much for your patience that you practiced with me and perfected with me. I would also like to thank you for moving me all over the country. You moved me straight out to Phoenix, Arizona as soon as I graduated, and then back again, and then to Colorado, and then back again, and then to Moline, and then to Tennessee, and then from Tennessee to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I am today. And so I just wanted to thank you and all of my sisters who have all had a big part in helping with that too. But I just wanted to thank you for moving me and driving me all across the country and all of my stuff. I know that moving me and moving someone else, there's a bit of a difference there. I have stuff. I get that from you, Dad. I have a lot of stuff. it's hard for me to say, I'm going to get rid of this. It's just hard. So thank you for moving me and all of my stuff. And thank you for storing my stuff in your garage that's not with me right now. And eventually one day I will get that piano out of your living room. I want to thank you, Mom, for all of the collars and petticoats and things that you thought looked pretty, and I just really didn't have any fashion sense at the time, but those types of things really didn't help me fit in very well with my friends. I always kind of wonder, why do I have a hard time, making friends? Looking back, I think it was the collars and the petticoats, but I don't know. I won't put that on you. But I just wanted to thank you for all of those long, pointy collars and all of those just big, frilly collars and really long skirts and stuff like that. So those pictures in grade school are priceless. And kind of switching it now from a funny time to a not so funny time, I wanted to say I remember lots of good times, like when we lived at Pikes at the old place. I remember a lot of memories from there because I was the oldest one that lived at that place, and I have a lot of really awesome memories of sliding back and forth in the little oval cattle tank with moss on the bottom, and that was like back then that was like an Olympic swimming pool size to me. That was like, I felt like we had a swimming pool, and to when I went back and I saw how big that was several years ago, I was shocked at how small it was and all of the awesome memories I had in that cattle tank. And it was, super mossy all on the bottom, floating moss on the top, but it was like, when we were little, that was like staying at a 5-star hotel with a pool. That was like the best thing. And to think that Grandma Green got in that with us, like me and Rachel and Grandma Green all fit in that itty bitty mossy cattle tank. It's priceless. It's a great memory that I have. I also have great memories of, back in the good farm days when Dad would sell pigs and he would take us, to wherever we would go to sell the pigs, and then turn right around and go take that money straight to the bank and put it into our savings accounts. And, that's just something that is a special memory to me. Because when I was in school, I had schoolmates, that I remember one of my classmates, Shane, he told me that he had a savings, but his dad wanted to use it on beer. And so he went and emptied out Shane's savings and went to the bar and just used all of Shane's savings. And I remember when Shane told me that, I thought, wow, that's really sad. My dad takes me to the bank and he puts my money in my savings and that's where it stays, And it's just a really great memory that I have of you, Dad. And then if we didn't say thank you for the sucker at the bank, we had to give it back. And that was not so great. Because my memory is just not always so tight. And so Rachel would always remember, but she would never help me out. And I would just always forget, and I would have to get my sucker back. But thank you for putting that money in my savings and taking me with you on that journey and not just throwing it in there without me knowing. I think it's awesome that you took us to sell the pigs and then you took us to the bank with you and we saw the whole process, and that was really awesome. I would like to say thank you for all of the corsages that you gave us on Mother's Day. You not only gave Mom a corsage, but you gave all of us girls a corsage too, and that's just really cool. I want to say thanks for all of the winter breaks that you gave us at the Holiday Inn. I think that was an awesome tradition that you started, and I'm very thankful for that vacation in the middle of cold, icy Iowa winter. We got to go to the Holiday Inn and go down the big cave slides and swim and eat Rotel all weekend. And it was just awesome that you thought of doing that, and lots of great memories. And even like, some of my Carmen Kavanaugh, Tahiri, she remembers us going there, and we would invite them to come over and go swimming with us, and just thinks that that's awesome. And I want to thank you for supporting me in all of my concerts and all of my musicals, Wizard of Oz, Sound of Music, and all of the parades that I marched in. I just want to appreciate for you always supporting me, and I never had to question if you were going to be there. I think a lot of these things I realized after I left home. I realized, looking back, oh, that classmate, their parents never came. I never had to wonder, are my mom and dad going to be at this concert, or are my mom and dad going to be at this parade or at this musical? I never had to wonder, and that flowed into real life. Through all of my years, 37, there was never one time that I had to wonder, do mom and dad support me? I know that not all of the time you understand what I'm doing, but I've never had to wonder if I had your support, and I've never had to wonder if you believed in me. You set a great example of God's love towards me in always believing in me. I never had to know what that was like, to have a mom and dad that was disapproving of me or didn't believe in me. I always knew, no matter what happens, my mom and dad believe in me, and my mom and dad love me. I never, ever had to ask myself if you believed in me, or if you loved me, of course. I always knew. And I wanted to also say thank you for always driving us to church an hour away, Sunday and Wednesday. And I've actually calculated this up. There's that commercial, this price, this is priceless. Well, I kind of tried to tally it up a little bit, and without your help, so I'm probably off, and it's probably more than what I have figured out. As we all know, I am not a mathematician. But I would like to say braces on all 5 daughters, $25,000. And Dad, thank you so much for giving me braces. There's a lot of people in this world that I see, and I'm just like, why didn't their mom and dad give them braces? They cover up their smile when they laugh. And that's really sad to me, and I just want to say thank you for giving all of us braces. And I know that I had to wear them the long